Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope this is all working the way it's supposed to. It's really kind of my first time streaming on my own here. I guess we'll give it a few moments to get fired up here, see if anybody joins. But I'm excited to do a stream here on YouTube, really. It's something that I'd like to do more often, not so often, maybe just like once a month, really, just to hang out with some people who are into, chilling and maybe building some sets or maybe reviewing some mocks or doing some different things. What's up, Ben and Isaac? How you guys doing? Coconut showed up. What's up? Coconut in the house. Yep, we're streaming. Mechanics live. First time. How's the audio? Can I get like, it's good? It sucks, or something like that. And I said hi to myself. Okay, that's good. I see. All right, there we go. Cool. Hey, Nico, how's it going, guys? Thanks for coming. I'm going to build the Imperial probe droid here, which is a pretty cool display piece, I think. I wasn't actually going to get it. I have the other 5 helmets, but I decided to pick it up. Not that I think it goes with those other helmets. I don't think it goes with those that kind of set, but I think it's a cool display piece nonetheless. I'm doing great, Nico. I'm a Steelers fan, and the Steelers got embarrassed today on TV, and I had to sit through that. Actually, I didn't. I put it on the other TV in the other room, kind of checked in periodically with false hope that they might be able to pull out a comeback, but that never happened. Let's add this second camera to the stream. Okay, that camera looks terrible. Where are the UCS AT-AT at? Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know, man. I got this guy right here. I think he's good for now. Oh shoot! I just fired a rocket off into the other camera there. That's nice. But yeah, I don't know. $600, $700, how much ever it is. I actually would like to start collecting UCS sets, but as somebody who's getting into mock building, the cost for bricks, as you all well know on this stream so far, is quite the investment. The good news is once you invest into the bricks, you have them and you don't have to buy them again pretty much as you kind of build up your collection of pieces to build different things, unless you go switching planets and then you got to buy a whole new color scheme. But so far, I've got pieces that are good. I got a lot of dark tan, which is good for, a few different planets. I've got a lot of dark gray, a lot of light bluish gray, and a lot of tan coming up. So this crinkling is probably, I imagine that's pretty loud in the camera, but we'll cut down on that. Yeah, $800. That's a lot of bricks for a mock, But like I said, I would like to actually start collecting UCS sets. So it might be one of those things where I tell myself once a year on Christmas, I pick one UCS set and that's what I get that year. But still, man, that's like, you think about what you have to buy, in life, especially as you get older and, you're in AFOL and you have bills and things, $500, $600, $700 for a Lego set. As much as I'd like to have that on display, there's just so many other things to spend money on. I can justify the pieces, the money that I'm investing into the pieces for the mocks, because that's me investing back into the channel, because that's the content that I'm creating. So you need the pieces for that kind of content. But once you buy the UCS set, it's like, it's on display, and the only people that come to my house are, a few family members. And once they see it, they're like, that's cool. And then I have it. I tell you what, though, I do think that there's something to be said for what you have in your background when you're on camera. So I think there's a level of wow that there is associated with having UCS sets instead of, like, I have a lot of play sets on display right now, but I think it's fine. Let me read some of these comments. Lego stud. Yeah, I just ordered a bunch of tan pieces on Bricklink for my mock, and I'm now thinking what other tan desert scenes. Yeah, for sure. You could talk to Coconut about tan. He's the master of tan. But there's a few planets that use tan really well. Can't really think of them all off the top of my head, but that's a legit decent sized mock budget right there, or 2 months of groceries. You're absolutely right. So I don't know if you guys, I shop at Whole Foods, just because I guess we're healthy eaters, I guess, or we just like paying for overpriced groceries, one of the two. But if you have an Amazon Prime card, you get 5% back on all that you spend at, the grocery store, at the Whole Foods. So I get a nice chunk back, 5% every time I go grocery shopping. So at the end of the month, I usually have anywhere between $60 to $100 to spend on Amazon. I usually buy a set like the probe droid here. All right, let me put some pieces down here and maybe get organized. I don't know if we'll do music. I don't even know how to do music. I guess you would just play it on your computer and it would come through on the stream. I don't know. Yeah, that makes sense, Coconut. Yeah, because it just looks better when you have the UCS sets behind you, I think. And I think it adds another level of credibility, to a certain audience that might be looking for that kind of thing. But for right now, I think I'm good with the play sets. I still have a lot to invest in pieces. All right, bag one. I appreciate you guys joining the stream. That's awesome, man. I don't mind streaming for myself, and hoping that somebody comes back and watches it later, but I know that probably is not going to happen. So appreciate you guys joining and give me some peeps to talk to. That's pretty awesome. Whole Foods equals a whole paycheck. Yikes, I'm lucky we don't have one close to us. Well, you could spend $800 on just cheese a month. Yeah. Yeah, Whole Foods can be pretty expensive, but I don't know. I think that I trust the food, and I think that, or at least I trust the hype. One of the two, like I said. But I'm a pretty bad eater, and I could stand to lose a few, if you know what I mean. So I guess the little bit of healthy food that I eat for dinners and everything like that is good. Your body's a temple, right? So you should take care of it. I don't take care of mine, but you should take care of it. I really don't know how you guys build on stream, like build mocks on stream and like talk to people. I guess it takes practice, but like, I don't know how I'd be able to concentrate and focus and carry a conversation and do this, like walk and chew gum at the same time. I don't know if it's possible. Yeah, you're a healthy eater, Ben. You know it. You're a Whole Foods guy. All right. What's up, Low Bricks? Getting ready. I got a bunch of white pieces here for your Hoth mock. You're getting ready to start. Come in the Imperial Probe Droid set. Right. We definitely take better care of our Lego, some of us, than our own bodies. I would agree, Lobrix. I would agree. I tell myself, whether it's right or wrong. I mean, look, people make judgments, and it's also a matter of feeling good about yourself. So if you're healthy, if you're in shape, if you're looking good, like Deion Sanders says, look good, feel good, play. Look, what's it? Eat good, look good, feel good, play good, something like that. I think there's a lot of truth to that. And I also think that people make judgments, especially like on YouTube, when people are making a judgment on you and your channel within the first like 20 seconds of of popping on your video, the more you can try to look the part and kind of make sure people stay around, I guess, is important. But I guess more important is the health aspect of it. Being a father, you know, I've got 2 young ones, you know, and if I can try and stick around for an extra year or 2 because I'm in shape, that'd probably be a smart thing to do. Now we're going deep. Now this stream is going deep. Gotta be careful. The build cam's a little blurry. All right, let's see what we can do here. Hold on. Oh, look at that. That's a little better. So we go that way. Oh no. It's like you had it and then you just got greedy. All right, that's a little better. Is that good, Ben? You like that? This is pretty cool. This camera here is, I don't want to move it, but it's actually a Hue camera. It's pretty cheap. I think I got it off Amazon, but it's got one of those, you know, well, I'll show it to you. I'll just reset it. So here it is, basically. It's like this, and it can kind of bend around. So I can be like, yeah, check out the mock I'm building back here. It's coming along great. You know, that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. There you guys are. There I am. All right. All right. I know you guys are all dizzy now. Sorry about that. Let's get this back up. There we go. Much better. Thank you. Now I'm tweaking with it again because I moved it. These are like those moments where you lose half your audience when you're doing stuff like this, right? There you go. I guess that's better. Yeah, it's actually not a bad little camera. So, you know, if you're building, you can change the angle of what you got going on and do some different stuff. So, yeah, it does take a little bit of figuring out. The first time I did a live stream was with Coconut and SW, which talk about like throwing yourself into the fire. You know, first live stream, inviting 2 guests, going live, and you knew it was going to be a decent, you know, people joining the stream because they all wanted to find out, you know, what we were going to say about, you know, the mock for the contest that we did. So, but we pulled it out. We did pretty good. I guess I wouldn't mind doing another one of those. Got to do another contest here soon. I've got so many videos to make and like just not enough time to make them. It's like, to be honest, like the build updates that I'm doing, like for Urbana, I'm gonna, like, if I'm doing a large mock like that, I'm gonna move those updates to once every 2 weeks, because between building the actual update, filming the update, and editing the update, like that's my whole week just to do one video, and I barely can do that on time. So if I do something big like that, I'm gonna move that to like once every 2 weeks. And so I have time to do some other videos and diversify the channel a little bit and add some different content to it besides just build updates. I'm surprisingly doing okay here to start things off. I was worried that I might not be able to build and talk at the same time, which I probably can't, but I guess I'm doing okay. What's up? Gecko's in the house. That's a talented builder right there. I mean, you guys all are that are joining the stream so far. I mean, such awesome builders out there. That's what I love about this community so much, is that there's so much talent, and everybody's so respectful of each other too. Like, and everybody's so supportive. It's really been great to be part of it. You guys think I can build this in the 2 hours? I'm going to stream till 6 o'clock. You think I can build this in 2 hours? I don't know. I'm a pretty slow builder. Still on bag 1. I got to think about what to say too. I think rambling might work too, like that, you carry conversation, just kind of talk a lot. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Ben. Like, I have to do an update video. I have to do an update video because I want to update everybody on the contest that I'm doing right now. If you join my mailing list. So on my website, mechanics.com, I have a mailing list that I've started. And anybody who's on that mailing list, like every so often, I think probably once every 2 months, I'm just going to do like a random giveaway to one person who's on that mailing list. So I'm doing the first one. It's actually a pretty good set. It's actually the Imperial TIE Fighter is the first giveaway that I'm doing for joining my mailing list. And that drawing is going to happen by December 10th. But I wanted to do a video updating people on that. I haven't even told anybody on YouTube yet. I could probably do a community post, and that probably would help. Then we launched the t-shirts, right? So I wanted to do a video on that. I also started a shorts channel. So I have a channel 100% completely dedicated to YouTube shorts, separate from the main Mechanics channel. So I wanted to explain a little bit about, why I decided to do that. Let's see what we have on YouTube here. And it says, for watching now. So that's awesome. That's awesome, guys. You guys making this worth it. Appreciate you spending your Sunday afternoon with me. Yeah. Yeah, Gecko. Yeah, hook it up, man. Go join the list. Get yourself on the name on the list. I think one thing I learned in marketing was like try to have your audience be offline as much as it is offline, or as much of your audience offline as possible. So I'd like to have as much as you guys on the mailing list as well. That way, it's another way to communicate. It's another way to share updates. But if something were to ever happen to YouTube and all of a sudden we're on, Vimeo now, I can let you know where to go. That's kind of the thing there. I don't see anything happening to YouTube now, but you never know. Things happen. Thanks, Low Bricks. Yeah, I have no idea how people actually build their mocks on stream. Like, I just don't think that I'd be able to do it. Now, I can see where people break down their mock on stream and like take things apart and talk and chat that way. I think that's a good use of time, because man, like any time that you can double up on the time you spend on Lego, I think it's beneficial. Like Lego, the hobby itself is like so time consuming. I mean, from sorting Legos to building sets to breaking down the sets, all that this time that doesn't really contribute to, like, sorting Lego doesn't contribute to anything. I mean, it obviously organizes your Lego, but how do you make content out of that? And then breaking down your mock that took you 4 months to build, that's going to take you hours and hours to break down. How do you capitalize on that time? I guess streaming is the best way to do it. Vitel Tuna, hey, what's up? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. What's also awesome is I see a lot of you guys in the comments on my videos a lot, which I appreciate. So that's something I definitely want to make sure that I do, is return to love. I think it's important to do that. Following YouTubers is time consuming as well. I mean, you have so many people that you're building relationships with, so many people that have awesome content that you want to see and watch and be a part of. But that's also like hours and hours of time as well, just to watch everybody's content that you're trying to follow. Hmm. I'm slightly nervous as well, so hopefully those nerves calm down a little bit. You wouldn't think that I would be. I spend a lot of time on camera for work, doing like virtual trainings and webinars and things like that. So I'm pretty comfortable like on the camera, or at least you would think I would be. But honestly, I'm just being honest. I think it's the building aspect of this, trying to do that at the same time and carry a conversation that's got me a little nervous. I think we're doing all right. I think we're doing all right. Tell you, building sets gets harder and harder as you get older too. I can't find any of the pieces. Dang, that's pretty late, Patel. That's definitely pretty late. But I'm glad that you are on the stream. But tomorrow's the weekday, so I certainly understand if you have to jump off and do that kind of thing. Thanks, Low Bricks. And that's actually something, Low Bricks mentioned that he tries to follow YouTubers who share their building techniques. And I think that's, an important thing as well. It's something I want to do even more of in my videos. And I think maybe even that's good after content as well. Like you can go back and say, all right, I've done your BANA. Here's 5 techniques from your BANA that might be helpful to you, and just kind of break them down into one video and share those. Because if you look at the people who are like, I don't know, you look at like Solid Brick Studios, he's got like 400,000 like subscribers on YouTube. And I'm like, wow, that's really good, because that means that he's reaching an audience of people who not just, they're not all content creators. They're other people outside who aren't creating content, who are interested in his content. And I think that that's something that I'd like this channel to get to, is to where is, right now we have a great community of content creators working together, sharing together, supporting each other. But how do you also reach the people who aren't creating content, and how do you help them with the value that you bring? And I think everybody can gain value from learning how to build Lego. Oh, I think I should have this on the actual. Let me move this over here. I should actually have the build on the camera, not just the pieces. There we go. But I'd like to bring more value to, the people who are watching the videos. So that's a great point. Oh, Coconut says, Coconut just reached 11,000 subscribers on YouTube. So congratulations to you on that, buddy. That's an awesome accomplishment. But I can't imagine having 11,000, subscribers. You want to have, obviously, a relationship with everybody. Right now it's easier for me because of the 890 or so people that are subscribed to me. I would say, maybe 30 or 40 of those people actually I see, all the time, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram or somewhere. So it's a little bit easier to keep up with. But 11,000, you probably have 100 or more people that you see pretty often, and trying to maintain those relationships can be tough. They say that you can only, as a human being, you can only effectively manage 100 relationships effectively. That's a lot, I think, but that includes friends, family, work, YouTube. So you can really only be invested in about 100 people total. So it's tough. All right, where are we here? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I normally do, is I get my pieces first. So I get the pieces that I need first and sit those right there. There. So now I got my pieces, and now I know that I won't miss any steps. And I think that's going to help me maintain my focus here and not mess up. That might actually keep us flowing along here a little bit better. Yeah. Vitel, that's funny. So Vitel lost a piece inside. Yeah. When I build with my son, he's constantly knocking pieces off of the build table. So um, sometimes that becomes an adventure all its own. Because Lego, when it drops, it doesn't. In Coconut, this would be an awesome, like one of your humor vids that you do. Like when you drop a Lego piece, it doesn't just drop. It's got to bounce like 10 feet in some weird direction, right? Or is like it goes one way, the other way is like it's like a jumping bean across the floor when you drop it. I don't understand how Lego can bounce so far on carpet. It's, times two. All right. Yeah, I'm excited to get this probe droid on display though. I think it's gonna look great. I like it because it like displays it displays itself the way that it's built. It like stands up on its own. Yeah, they fly everywhere, right, Gecko? Like they hit the ground and then they're just like they're freaking gone. And you're like, how that even happened? And you know you have laser focus when you drop a piece too, right? Like a piece drops, and you're like following that thing through through the ground, like laser focus, but you still lose it. All right, we are rocking and rolling now. I'm feeling better about this now. And I got the build in the camera, which is good, so you can see. Still a little blurry. If I decide that streaming is something that I want to do a little bit more of, I probably will invest in some better gear. I mean, I do have a Hero 7, 8, one of those. I do have a GoPro that I probably could hook up, which would be probably pretty good to do. That's probably what I should do. I should probably just learn how to hook up the GoPro and use that as my second camera. And then the stock camera here on this computer is not that great. I mean, I guess it's doable. I guess it's doable. Yeah, or underneath your shelf or something like that. Yeah, Coconut, you definitely have to. You definitely have to. That'd be funny. I love the way you deliver your humor as well. It's funny. All right. But yeah, I decided to start streaming at least once a month because I think it's good for building community, right? So I think it's good to spend the time with you guys. And I'm going to be building this stuff anyways, so it really just kind of makes sense. Like, cause I think we all know that streams don't like perform well, like the actual stream itself. But if you're spending like I'm spending time getting to know you guys better already, so I'm just like this is great, you know, spending time with a few people who are into it. Nice. Yeah, guys, ask me some questions. You know, that would be cool too. Do I have a favorite set? I do. I haven't built it yet. My favorite set is the Razor Crest, the Mandalorian's Razor Crest. I'll just tell you the story real quick. So, in 2000 Christmas of 2020, really, you know, my son got a Lego Star Wars set for Christmas, and he also had gotten the Advent calendar for Christmas as well. And so we're like putting the set together, and I've always wanted to do something on YouTube. Like this is probably like the fourth channel that I've actually had, but really the only channel that I've actually invested a lot of time into and been consistent on. The other one was a sales tips channel, which I did a lot of different types of sales tips on that for the building industry. But I was, just talking to my son. I was like, hey, would you want to start collecting, Lego together? And we could start a YouTube channel, because I think right around the same time as well, I had somehow come across some content on YouTube that I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's cool. And then it just kind of all clicked at once. And so that's also right around the same time that me and my wife started watching The Mandalorian, right? And then I was just like really getting into The Mandalorian. We had my son getting Lego Star Wars for Christmas. I'd asked him, if you wanted to start collecting together and maybe start a channel together as well. And then, me and my wife are watching The Mandalorian. So then after that, I went back and watched, the original trilogy, and then, the prequels and the sequels. So that's how I really got back into Star Wars itself, and then also got into Lego Star Wars. It's kind of the evolution there. So the Razor Crest, right, is really a set that it's got a little bit of sentimental value to it, because that's how I got back into all of this in the first place. So that Razor Crest set is an awesome ship. It's a cool set. It displays well, and it's got some meaning behind it. So I actually have the Wicked Bricks display case or display stand on order, and whenever that gets here, I'm going to build that as well. Does streaming hours count towards your total watch hour? I don't know. Let's read some of these comments. So I hope that answered your question, Vitel. Oh, wow, Low Bricks. Okay, so Low Bricks is basically answering the question there. So streaming was huge towards my 4K watch goal. Also, what is crazy is people go back and watch the streams. They will start with like 5,100 views and wind up with a lot more. All right, I hope so. Yeah, that would be cool, right? So I guess that's why it's important, like, if you don't have anybody in your stream, that you're still carrying some type of conversation with yourself, I guess, or doing something, because people might come back and watch the stream. And if you have a bunch of dead airspace on there, I guess that's when they're going to leave, right? That makes sense. That'd be cool. I'll be honest, I don't watch. I'll go back and watch people's streams. I like skim through it, and I'll stop for a period. If I catch something interesting, I'll like rewind and then watch that period. I don't watch the whole thing. Obviously, it's a lot of time. It's like hours. I guess that's par for the course on YouTube. Not many people watch the whole video anyways. Okay. You're right about that, Gecko, and I feel kind of, man, it's like I'm in this community now, like I'm in the Lego Star Wars community, and I need to know more about Star Wars. And there's just so much out there. I've started doing different things, like, and plus, like, I don't retain information. I never really, like, I'm not the kind of person that could watch a movie and then recite, some of the punchlines from the movie, or could rename characters from the movie, or my memory just doesn't click well with movies that way. Some people are like amazing at it. It's just not me. So I have that disadvantage in the first place. And then also like Clone Wars, like everybody pretty much right now, like the age of I think the age of person right now, like that makes up maybe a bulk of the Lego community viewership, came up in the Clone Wars, right? And I think that was a big thing. I never watched the Clone Wars. I started watching the Clone Wars, but I think if you wanted to start Clone Wars from start to finish, it's 60 hours worth of watch time to start it from start to finish. So I started watching it. So I think I'm on season 2. I have a lot more to go there. But I've also started getting into some of the canon series, and starting with the High Republic, and listening to some of the audiobooks from even prior to the original trilogy, and just kind of learning how the Jedi Order really kind of first started, and some of that history, and who their first kind of adversaries were. And then now I'm actually into Legends a little bit too, so probably spreading myself a little bit thin on the knowledge side of things, taking on a little bit too much at once. But I like the lore of the Sith, and I like kind of right now, Revan, Darth Revan, right? I enjoyed a lot of that story. I'm actually, Revan was the first Legends book, the Old Republic that I read, and now I'm on, I think it's called Defiance or something like that, but it's the one with Darth Malgus, So that's been pretty cool so far. All right. Good night, Vettel. See you later, man. Thanks for sticking around. So Lego Stuff says, nice story about the Razor Crest. That family aspect together with Lego is what drew me to your channel in the first place. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I know a lot of my content was all me and Mason, and I know I've kind of recently switched it over to be a little bit more of me and not have Mason in there as much. But there's only so much time in the day to do different things, and some of the content that I'm doing, he would just be bored of, right? And it just wouldn't work. So I still try to build some sets with him and do some vlogs and different things. But I thought he might be on the stream here today with me, and he still might, like, later. But he went to a family member's house and is playing. So I'd rather him do that than be stuck in the house, really. All right, let's see. I got these 2 pieces times 2. Uh-oh. I'm starting to lose it on the building thing. Kind of been staring at this uncompleted set for a while now. Like I said, I've never really looked into any Legends or Old Republic stuff, but from what I hear, it's really interesting. Yeah, it is super interesting. I'll tell you what I really like about that era, like, sequel, prequels, original trilogy, sequels, like, there's a lot of blaster fighting, right? And even in the Clone Wars, like, a lot of blaster fighting, which is great. I like blaster fighting. And then, you had lightsabers, and, it's like the lightsabers fighting blasters and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. And you have one-on-one lightsaber duels, which is awesome. But some of the stuff, from Legends and earlier Star Wars universe type stuff has a lot more people involved in lightsaber battles. So you might have 4 Sith versus 4 Jedi. They're all using lightsabers. Or you have that one scene in the Old Republic video game. I think it is one of the cut scenes, and it's even in the story as well, when Darth Malgus raids the Jedi Temple in Coruscant, and they take it over, and it's basically like 50 versus 50, all lightsabers, and some guns in there too. But how cool is that? That's awesome. All right, Ben, have a good night, man. Thanks for jumping in the stream. I appreciate it. Enjoy your time with Isaac. Mason just started playing Roblox. Probably a mistake. Probably should not have introduced him to Roblox. But he watches a lot of Ryan's World, Ryan's Playdate. So we were down that tunnel, and he asked for Roblox. So I wanted to make him happy, and that's how I did it. The one thing about Mason, though, is that we do limit his screen time to the weekends only. So he only plays video games on the weekends. So what's everybody up to tonight besides hanging out with me? What are you guys doing? Yeah, hours, yeah. Like I'm probably not a good dad in that way. Maybe, I don't know, letting my son play Roblox. He's only 6, right? Probably shouldn't be playing Roblox. But as long as he understands it's just on the weekends and it doesn't become a problem, and he's playing the right games, and I make sure I pay attention to what games he's playing, because some of those games can be a little bit much, then I guess would be okay. Yeah, you mentioned, who said something? They mentioned something up here about lighting and oh, what's up, Andrew Dober? Thanks for joining the stream, man. Appreciate it. Glad to have you. Let's see, it's up here, right? Low bricks. The lighting on your Banamach is very good. My lighting is just awful. Any tips on how you did your lighting setup? Oh man, lighting. Lighting is like the constant battle, and I don't think I've even won it. The main challenge I have in this room, which I need to address, which I haven't addressed yet, is the lights. Like the actual just lights of the room when you turn them on. They're these pretty harsh yellow lights. And I like a yellow hue in my lighting. I don't like straight white. So the Kelvins or whatever that is, I don't like that leaning all the way towards the white. I like a mix between yellow and white. So I'll have some yellow light and I'll have some white light. In the mix, I like that, because I think the yellow brings out some of the natural color of the bricks, where white kind of washes it out. And then if it washes it out, I'd have to go back into the editing software and boost up the color, and then that's going to make the editing process a lot longer. So I try to just get good color from the jump. But I'll tell you, let me see. So I'll show you real quick. So if you can see, get a decent ring light. So I've got this, ring light here, which does really well for adding soft light to stuff. And I put that in the front of my mop. So the ring light is in the front, kind of giving a nice soft light across the whole thing. And then I have these. These aren't the best soft boxes, but I have 2 of them. I just use one. And so this soft box I have over top of the whole set. So that's kind of providing some light down on top of the whole thing. And then I have the ring light in the front. So the ring light shine in the front. I've got a light coming down from the top. I've got the lighting on the room up top. And then I just got these Aperture MC lights. They're like this. And so I got 2 of these. That's set the blue. But you can change the hue of these to be like any color you want. So like green. I don't know if that's really coming across in the camera there. But I keep going, then like to red, orange, red, pink. So I'm going to be getting into some more minifigure photography. So I wanted to be able to have different color lights on there. But basically, I have one of these lights on a small tripod, and then I take this around the mock with me. So whatever I'm shooting on the video, I'll have this lighting up that part of the mock, so that I always have like light on what I'm shooting. And then honestly, I use my iPhone, and I have an iPhone 12 Plus, and the iPhone itself like does a great job of like compensating light and making light make sense. So it does some artificial stuff to the lighting to make it look better. And part of me is like, sometimes like it most of the time looks great, but sometimes when I'm filming, the camera, the lighting it'll decide to change the color in the middle of what I'm filming. And I've just not been able to recreate that ease of use with my DSLR, which I know is probably the thing I should be using, but I'm just using my phone because it does a lot of stuff automatically that my DSLR takes a little bit more extra effort for me to do, as far as working out the exposure, working out all that stuff. So that's how I hope that answers your question, Low Bricks, on the camera. I just use a lot of lights. That's the long and short of it. All right. Your Tatooine mock, by the way, Low Bricks, is awesome. Such a big mock. So much going on there. Very cool work. Yeah, Gecko. My phone does a pretty good job of managing the light. Like, and if you get to 13, like now I went to 13, right? Because the 13 is even better than the 12. Because what I do like about filming on my iPhone is the iPhone 12 has different focal lengths, so you can go like 0.5 zoom, 1.0, which is normal zoom, and then you can go 1.5 zoom or 2.5 zoom. And the 0.5 is what? Sorry about that, guys. The 0.5 is wide angle, and so I actually shoot a lot at wide angle because obviously it gets more in the camera, and so I like shooting at wide angle. But the iPhone 12, it's a little bit grainy on the wide angle stuff, and that's just something that I've kind of been like, okay, the video is a little bit less quality than maybe what I would actually like, but the ease of use so far, I just can't let go of. But I think that I'm actually going to, in my next series, I might just go all camera. I have a Canon SL2 or a Canon Rebel 2, which is not the best camera. My iPhone is actually probably a better camera than that, but it does some more natural things as far as managing the light, focal lengths, the being able to swap out lenses and do different angles. Like, I love the wide angle lens on that DSLR versus the camera, but the camera has a nice ease of use. You're welcome, Lobrix. Yeah, those aperture lights, right? Like these are $100, but they're awesome, and I guess they're worth it because I've gone just being able to do the different colors, being able to adjust the brightness of them, and I have two of them. I'm using one right now to light up this, but yeah, look into them. I think they're worth it. Dude, guys, I knew it. See, I started off pretty well, but I have not built. I'm still on bag one. I'm not even done bag one. It's been an hour, a little over an hour that I've been streaming. This is not good. This is not good because I want to be able to build a set while I talk. I want to be able to do that. All right. All right, we're going to start rocking and rolling here. Yeah, man, I'll be honest, Gecko, I don't know if we're there yet, but I really think iPhones, or just phones in general, have come so far in their ability to record stuff that I bet you more often than not, the YouTubers who are like camera YouTubers, they're using a lot more and more of their phones are actually in their video clips than they let on, just because you can whip it out and use it and capture stuff right away. The camera is a whole different thing. I think phones are becoming more and more and more good at, getting the quality that cameras could once only get. But I will say that they're not there yet. Like, I look at some people who just use cameras, and their quality is like, you can tell it's pretty good. right. You're right. Chat is, whoa, we got a Brick Mad Sam sighting. Look at that. Look at that. What's up, Brick Mad? Cyber Monday is tomorrow, right? Cyber Monday. Wonder if we'll have any good deals for Cyber Monday. Yeah, Brick Matt, I think I like this set too, you know, just from what I've seen of it. I think it's going to be a great display piece. I can't wait to get it up on the shelf. Yeah, Gecko, if your phone's from 2016, to be fair, you're probably right. It's probably not a good comparison. I don't know. Brick Mad probably has some opinions on the camera too, because I know that we've had some side discussions about DSLR camera quality versus phone quality, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's still pretty hype on just using the camera, but I don't know. Probably answer that question better. I primarily shoot with my phone. I can say that, like, all of my videos, everything that you see that I pretty much do, I shoot with my phone. The only exception is when I want to do a headshot of me on a wide angle, and I'll use my my camera for that, because my camera does a better job of darkening the background behind me and, like, you know, just showing my face, because that's when you're trying to figure out your lighting. You want the camera to, like, overcompensate for the lighting that's on you, and then darken the background behind you a little bit. And then there's the wide angle. The angle, the wide angle of it is just better, so it doesn't artificially hype up the light behind me like a phone would do. I know there's apps and software you can get to control the lighting of your phone better as well, but I haven't really gotten good at. BZ, what's up, BZ? Man. Oh no, stickers. I'm not doing stickers on camera. I'm not doing it. I'll come back and do the stickers. That's not happening. I'll come back and do that. Let's see here. As a matter of fact, I think I'll just come back to this part later, because it looks like this is just going to be the stand, and I can come back and do that later. All right. The sign. All right, so we've got the little snow setting. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Oh, come on. The camera did an okay job of taking the thing and darkening it out. But yeah. And also, just to be honest, like, I'm not, like, about cameras and phones, like, you got to kind of know what you're doing with a camera to do well with a camera, and I don't necessarily know what I'm doing with an actual camera. I mean, I'm okay, but, like, when it comes to setting up a shot, like, if I set up a shot, like, I'm good. I can set the exposure, the aperture, and all those different things. But then if I'm on the run and I've got to manually change things, I don't know. The iPhone just does better for me in that respect. ISO. Yeah, I agree. ISO, that's what I want to look at. Yeah. No, I agree. Whatever works. You're right. Whatever works. All right, guys. Let's boogie. Let's boogie. So I haven't had any music on. I guess that's good. I don't know. Guess maybe that's something we can add to the stream later someday. Little tunes. Smooth camera move. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. And then I also I use DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos, which has a stabilization feature, which is nice. So if I have something a little bumpy, I can just use that and it'll smooth it out. It sometimes can do some wonky. That's a cool piece. Check out that piece. You guys seen that piece? Look at that piece. Just round plate. I don't think I've seen that before. That looks pretty handy. Yeah, you got to get real. my wife makes fun of me. Sometimes she sees. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys my. I'll show it to you real quick. I'll show you my moves. All right, I'll pull out all the. I'll show you guys all the tricks I use as well. So here's my phone, right? And so I got one of these things. Anybody seen one of these things? Say yes in the comments if you've seen one of these things before. But basically, you just pop your camera in this thing. And then you tighten it up. And you can't, it does have attachments on the top, so you can put a microphone and a light on the top. But now you're holding your phone like this, and it's much more stable than if you were holding your phone with your fingers. You have so much more wiggle happening with your fingers than you just hold this. So then my moves are like this, right? It's all in the legs. It's all in the legs. And the tough one is when you got to go like this. But anyways. So my wife makes fun of me about, the moves with all the legs when I'm filming stuff. Like crouching tiger, hidden dragon, or something like that. But yeah, and so that thing's cool, right? Because it uses that what I got, like a 3/8 jack or whatever on the bottom, so you can screw that thing in. And then I use this tripod to do all my still shots around the mock. And so then I just slide this in like that. So then it's, standing there, and I can adjust it like that or however I want. And then when it's time to talk with the camera and do the handheld stuff, I just pull it off, and then there it is. And then it's a little bit more stable with this. So this is actually pretty cheap. I don't know if I have it in my description or not. I might have this in my description. You can check it out. It's an Amazon affiliate link, by the way. Just throw it out there. All right. The Belichick of Lego mock movies. Yeah, and let's get that with some first order Lego skills, and then we'd be smooth sailing, right? All right. Two of these. Later on, BZ. Thanks for stopping in. It's good to see you, bud. I should probably post something on Instagram that I'm live, but I would have probably needed to have that preloaded on my phone. So I just press the button when I'm actually live. Now it's too late because I'd have to spend 10 minutes here doing that, which I'm not going to do. Did any of you guys see the 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 updates I was doing on Instagram stories today. I mean, I know some of you did. What'd you think of that? Because I think that that's maybe something I'd like to do a little bit more of in the stories, is share some of the, tell a story about what I'm doing right now, right? It's Instagram stories, so maybe that's what I could use it for. So I was building on the mock today, finishing up some stuff. ND, what's up, ND? Good to see you, man. Dude, I had only planned on streaming for 2 hours, but I'm having some fun here. This is fun. But would like to, wait, this doesn't look right. Oh, yeah, it does. Would like to actually see myself make a little more progress on this. I guess that comes with practice. Thanks for the feedback, Brickman. Your Instagram, I know, right? My Instagram did blow up. I had one, and that's all it takes sometimes. I had one Instagram reel take off to the moon, right? 450,000 views on it, I think. And I got a lot of followers from that one Instagram reel. I'll tell you, if you're not doing Instagram reels, you definitely should start. They're doing great right now on Instagram. They are doing great. Like if you look at my reels, 20, 30, 40,000 views, they're definitely doing well. And it's not like I'm, a maestro of Instagram reels. I mean, I'm just recording what I'm doing or giving an update, simple stuff like that. But I think people like the realism of it. And I think that's what people are tending to lean towards right now in the current, online media world, is the raw, kind of unpolished, more personable, hey, this is the guy next door kind of feel to it. I think that tends to seem to be doing pretty well. And short stuff as well. I've started on my shorts. I'm keeping those to 15 seconds. The reason why I keep my shorts to 15 seconds is because YouTube's music is only 15 seconds. So I want to use YouTube's music. And I figure if YouTube is keeping their music to 15 seconds, maybe their intentions were for shorts to be shorter. And BrickMad gave me an awesome tip. The shorter they are, the more watch time you get, the better the watch time is. And the better the watch time is on that short, the better YouTube's going to feel that short is being received, and it's going to show it to more people. So that has been working out pretty well lately as well. The reels are 30 seconds, but I've actually started shortening those down a little bit as well. So 15 to 30 seconds is all I do on the reels, and they seem to be doing pretty well. Actually, so Chris Howe, if you follow Chris Howe, let me put it. Can I put it in the chat? Okay, so now we're getting. Now I'm starting to do stuff. All right. But Chris Howe is part of like Peter McKinnon's kind of crew. But let me see if I can get this video up. Sorry, guys. I want to find this for you and share it in the screen if I can. Let's see. Why I created Instagram. I don't know which video it is, but I'll tell you what. I'll share it in my Instagram stories, and I'll link to it. I'll link to it. But basically, he basically says, and this comes from like the CEO of Instagram or whoever's like the head of Instagram. They basically said straight out in an interview that Instagram was no longer a photo sharing app, that Instagram was now a video sharing app. And that came straight from Instagram. And so basically Instagram is pushing video content more than maybe it's pushing its photography content, because they want to compete with TikTok, right? Everybody's trying to compete with TikTok. So Instagram is now trying to compete with TikTok with their reels. So they're trying to push the popularity of their reels. So they're pushing those reels out more because they want they want reels to gain in popularity on Instagram. So right now the reels are really being treated well on Instagram because of that fact right there. I don't know if it'll last forever, but it seems to be the case. And then Shorts is doing pretty good. Let's see, I gotta pay attention to the comments. Lubrix is like, man, I'm learning a ton here. I know, right? I'm sharing all my knowledge that I've gained over the years here. It's still just trying to figure it out, though, aren't we all? Still just trying to figure it out. Realism. Yeah, thanks, Brickman. I gotta back up here in the chat a little bit. Okay, Nandy said, do you plan to get the AT-AT? No, I'm not going to get the AT-AT, at least not now. I said earlier in the stream that I might do something to where I buy one UCS set for myself a year, like one a year, and try to collect them that way. But right now, I don't know. I just have a hard time dropping that kind of dough on a Lego set. I like Lego, but I'm still investing a lot of money in pieces to build mocks. So I don't know if I could make that choice, $600, $700 worth of pieces versus the UCS set. What's going to be better for me right now in my quote unquote YouTube career? Probably the pieces. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Hard to read and talk. It is, dude. Okay. All right, Gecko, thanks for stopping by, although I'm sure you left by now, but thanks for stopping by. Rick Matt said Peter McKinnon is great, so glad you put me to him. Dude, if you guys aren't watching Peter McKinnon, like, he's awesome. Like, he's like, to be honestly, like, he's the coolest guy on earth. I started watching him a few years ago because I was getting into YouTube, right? And I was, learning how to do photography and learning how to create videos. And he shared a lot more knowledge in his earlier content than he does maybe now. But his earlier content, he would share a lot of tips and tricks and stuff with cameras. And now I just like following all his content. And what I really like following is how he shoots his videos. His content's great. He's a great personality. It's interesting, but I just watch and study like how he makes his videos, and I just really like his style. Let's see. What's up, Fast Bricks? Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, Brick Mad, I'm with you, man. Parts 2 right now. Wait, Low Bricks, you're not going to go UCS AT-ATs in your new Hoffmach? Yeah, you're right. You would be looking for a new place to sleep. I feel you on that. I'm excited to see what you do with that Hoth set, though. If you decide to go with the smaller Hoffmach, giving yourself a little bit more freedom to create other content besides just the Hoffmach, or if you're going to go with a larger Hoffmach, dedicate more story to the Hoffmach, that maybe is, maybe you have some free reign of creativity there. to do some things that you like. I think something that I really want to try to do on my channel is diversify my content a little bit. Obviously, I'm going to stick with mock. I'm going to stick with mock because that's what my channel has really kind of become about, is the creative side of Lego and just creating, custom creations and mocks. I think I really enjoy that part of the Lego hobby the most right now. And I really want to support that with my content and not make it so much about what I'm building. I mean, obviously, I think that's important because, people want to see different creations. But how does my build help support other people's creativity and ability to build mocks? But not only just supporting that effort with the build, but also what other content can I create that supports the community and mock building, but isn't all about me building something? So I want to figure that out as well. Plus, those videos would be, I'm thinking, faster to make and quicker to edit. So I could maybe get a few extra videos out that I'm not being able to get out right now. Low Bricks, I want to diversify because one thing about doing a massive mock is you just get bored with it. Yes, and I think that it's possible that the audience might get bored with it too. I'm not 100% sure. I think everybody wants to see a great mock get finished, but like if your content is 50% about the current mock project you're working on right now, or maybe 60 or 70% of your channel is focused on this one mock that you're building and you're dragging that out for 2, 3, 4 months, like I just don't know. I think you're maybe stunting the growth of your channel a little bit and you're not keeping things fresh and interesting for your audience. So that's something I want to figure out and get better at as well. I think BrickMad has a good idea what he's doing with his channel. If you guys watch his channel, he's building a large mock, but his videos are about smaller sections of his mock, which is pretty cool, and that keeps it interesting. That milk stand you built, by the way, I loved some of the techniques that you used in it. I actually ordered some of those brown, like, I don't know what they're called. They're brown, like, pipe pieces that you clip together for the roof of that milk stand. I ordered some of those. I was like, that's pretty unique usage of that piece. I got to get me hands on some of those. Aspects, we should start a gaming channel so I could open to a whole new line of people. Yeah, I've seen some people have success with that as well, if you're into gaming. Yeah. Like if you guys aren't following BrickMad, I would definitely suggest you following BrickMad. I mean, you guys all follow each other. We're pretty much all content creators in the chat right now. So supporting each other is what it's all about. The way I feel about it is a rising tide lifts all ships. So I think that there's a lot of, that doesn't look right. Hold up. I think you can fall in the trap of being competitive in content creating. And I think there is a certain level of competition. I think that's okay. I think that drives you to want to be better, to do better, and to make content better, and to make the next video better than the last one, because you're comparing yourself to other people and you want to improve and get better. So that makes sense. But don't let that get in the way of supporting other people and helping other people grow. Because a rising tide lifts all ships. And if we're all supporting each other, then we're raising our content. And then if we're all helping each other become better, then we're raising the game in the Lego community as a whole. in Lego content as a whole. And that means the niche of Lego Star Wars or Lego is going to reach more people as a whole and bring more people into the niche itself, which hopefully would then bring more people to each of our channels. And it's just kind of this ever growing thing. That would be the nice, that's hopeful thinking, at least anyways. You're right about that payoff, Brick Mad. And I think that that's also something to think about too. When you're building a large mock, maybe you're not getting all the traction that you could through the process of building it. But at the end, if you do right about how you present that final product and you do a good job of promoting it and getting it out there, then the payoff at the end could be really well being spread out. I think Coconut really realized a lot of that with his recent mock that he finished up. He really kind of blew up at the end of that, which was nice. And hopefully he realizes that same success after he finishes up his Kato Nemoidia mock as well. Let's see. Yeah, ND would like, yeah, I mean, consistency plays a big part. So being consistent is huge. I think I would like to be even more consistent than I have been. I've still been pretty good about getting at least one video out a week, but I really would like to get 2 videos out a week would be my goal. But right now, I've pretty much been pretty solid on getting 1 out at least. Utapau, that's it, Brick Mad. Yeah, who's Utapau mock? He pretty much blew up after that Utapau mock, which was awesome. So is there nothing that happens there that's just uneven? And then you just plop that down on top of there? Okay, I'll take it. So I'm surprised, was it 547? All right, I guess we're doing okay here. I'm gonna keep, streaming as long as I can. Like I said, my son might join me when he comes home. This set, I think this set would be a little bit of a challenge for him. A lot of small little pieces, but he's pretty good. Okay, and those go here. All right. Nice. And you just subbed to somebody. Cool, cool, cool. A lot of healthy competition rises us all up, but we also get to see some amazing creativity. Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, you compare yourself to other people, and you want to, you want to keep improving and do good. So that's good. Healthy, motivating competition is good. All right. Now we got the gray ones. But I gotta say, guys, I think this this stream has been pretty successful so far. I'll continue doing more of them. I think it makes sense. Get a set and build it and come and chat. I think that's good use of time. At least once a month, I definitely can commit to. I don't know what I can do beyond that. Let's see here. there's a little bit of a lag, it looks like, from what I can see. Like I got YouTube on one tab and I can see that it's a little bit behind what's actually happening live, but that's okay. I think that's good. All right. And where does this go? Uh-huh. You can learn a lot of cool building techniques from building Lego sets anyways. Yeah, awesome. I'm glad you came, Brickman. Indeed, this is my last day of Thanksgiving break, which kind of stinks, but I'm getting some good progress done. That's awesome. You have to do a Lego room update video. I've moved away from watching the Lego news channels and moving to content creators, and I'm all, yeah, dude. I've done the same thing. I don't really watch a lot of reviews. I used to watch a lot of reviews. I used to watch like the same set reviewed by 6 different people. I'd watch the, and that's kind of back when I first started my channel. I thought reviews was going to be part of what my channel was about, and I did a few reviews. I did a 12. Gosh, is it 12? It's anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes. It might have been a 15 minute. I did like a 15-minute review of the Millennium Falcon Microfighter. It was my first review that I did. It's a thorough review. You should check it out. But somebody actually wrote a comment. They're like, man, that is the most thorough review I've seen of a microfighter, but nice job. But yeah, I'm the same. I've really focused to just watching content from people who are building stuff and sharing that content. And I'll be honest, I think there's a shortage of it. I wish there was more of it. There's not enough of that kind of content out there. I wish there was more of it. I wish that like we saw some like Rich Boy Jay. Or Rich Boy Jai. I wish that he made more content about, because I love his content. So I wish he was building something. Sometimes it seems the major channels have like a longer lull between their projects, which makes sense. They put a lot of effort into those big projects and then a little downtime. And obviously there's a lot of money or cost that goes into it. But in general, I wish there was more content around building Lego and learning how to build Lego. Yeah, Rich Boy Jai is great. And he's got a lot of great building techniques. And he taught in his videos, he takes time to show them to you. Not everybody does that. Because, like, here's my thing. Like, if you want to, it's just my opinion, and it's just an opinion, everybody has one, right? But like, I think, like, why would somebody want to watch? Hold on one second. I'll leave you on that cliffhanger. All right, so I think about, why would somebody want to watch, my 10 to 15 minute YouTube video about me building something if I'm not going to provide value in those 10 to 15 minutes? Like, hearing my thoughts on my current step that I'm in the build and my next step in the build and what I'm doing is great. But quite honestly, if somebody wanted to see my progress, they could just skip to the end and say, all right, cool, nice update. I see what he's done there. Very great. Done watching. You know, could you just post out on Instagram next time so I could just get the picture of what you're building there and follow the progress that way? I don't really need to watch your 10 to 15-minute video. So I'm like, okay, well now, what kind of value can I provide in that 10 to 15 minutes that makes people want to actually watch the video? And that's something I want to get better at, providing content that actually provides value throughout the video itself, besides just providing an update on what I'm building. If that makes sense to you guys. Yeah, Low Bricks, if you go to my website, bricanics.com, one of the blog posts that I did shares videos of all of like the people who entered one of my mock contests. There's a lot of good creators in there as well if you want to check out some different people creating content. That's cool, man. Got a little bit right there. I love these little like greebling techniques. Like, just so cool, the different things you can do. I got pieces going underneath my laptop. Do another one of these. So what do you guys think? Do you guys just throw a yes if you think that I should do more streams like this, or don't write anything if you think I shouldn't? Seems to be a decent time to come on too. Sunday at 4:30. I actually would do Sunday at 4:00, but I did 4:30 because the Steelers game was on and they got totally destroyed. So, but I put it on 4:30 because I didn't want to miss that. Which, in hindsight, I totally could have missed that and been fine. That's why I actually stopped watching it and decided to instead build more on the mock so I could finish that this week. Later on, ND, thanks for stopping by, bud. It's good to see you. So there was something else that came out of, so me and SW Bricks and Figs and Coconut Brick Studios, when we did our live stream together, we basically were reviewing a bunch of mocks, and people found that interesting. So I think that maybe that's something that I could do as well, is get on a stream and just look at some different mocks and talk about people's mocks and what we like about them. Okay, now we're stepping up the difficulty here on this mock. We're doing this thing here. And this doesn't look right. Oh boy. Okay, where are we at? All right. Nice, dude. That's awesome. I love this is going to be great how this comes together around the side here. Yeah, in Detroit. Yeah. Well, somehow we tied you. I don't know how that happened. Last weekend, all embarrassing. Just all embarrassing. Bad time to be a Steeler fan right now. someone should do one. Brick Mad. I don't know who that would be. Somebody should do a talk show. Just all about mocks, right? Because we have talk shows about Lego. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, man, this is some cool building going on right here. I think that's something else about just building mocks too, is the amount of time going into figuring out how to do cool, the amount of time figuring out how to do cool stuff. There's a lot of time that goes into that. Trying out different stuff. What's up, Bacon Bricks? Thanks for joining the stream. Cool to have you. And then we do the other side. And that snaps in there. Oh, this is coming together nicely. So I think in the next stream, I'll work on making sure I have the build camera in the right space. I think I've done an okay job of that though, so far. Awesome, Low Bricks. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm actually going to have to jump off here really in a second. Just keep it to a 2-hour stream. Family is on the way back from their outing, and I've got to make noodles for soup. So it's AFOL life. You go from building Lego to making noodles for soup. Yeah, later on, Low Bricks. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I guess it's a good time, everybody. Thanks for joining the stream. You know, Bacon, I'm sorry you joined late. Wish I was streaming for longer, but maybe next time. And thanks, everybody, for coming on. I appreciate it. It was a good time. I think it was a good, successful first stream. I think I'll definitely, based on some of the engagement we've had here and you guys joining and making it interesting and fun to sit here and build a set and talk. Yeah, it's been enjoyable. So I will see you guys around the Lego community, and I'll check you next time. Have a good day.